Okay, to our third finalist, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Benjamin Smith. After graduating from ECU in November of 2009, Ben obtained a full-time job within the local government sector. He also tutors students from ECU's Faculty of Business and Law. Additionally, he's currently working towards a Master of Commerce at UWA. Ben is passionate about sports business and organizational behavior and is recognized as confident, ambitious, and opportunistic. And obviously honest. It's a well-established fact that he is rarely stagnant. His quote is, "Moss won't grow on this rolling stone." Please welcome Ben Smith.
Please refer to the promotional stickers on your table and ask yourself, is it time? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben Smith from Greenlight Consultancy, and today I'll be giving you the secret to making Singapore the premier destination for aspiring young Australian professionals. Greenlight Consultancy has put together an integrated marketing and public relations campaign for 22 to 31-year-olds to motivate them to get ahead and get into Singapore. There are over 20,000 Australians working, living and playing in Singapore, but with over 7,000 multinational corporations in this commercial hub, there is so much potential to expand the Australian expat community and subsequent contribution to the Singapore economy. Greenlight Consultancy have come up with a campaign that will achieve just that, with it being active between October 2010 and January 2011. The three key messages that will be used throughout this campaign are: 1. Career opportunities. Singapore is the professional playground for young industry go-getters, where you can fast-track your career. 2. Distance consideration. With it being less than 8 hours from Australia's furthest capital cities, you are never too far from home, let alone being based amongst the centre of commercial Asia. And 3. Fun factor. Singapore is not all work and no play, with amazing nightlife, adventure and entertainment at your doorstep. But why listen to me when you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth? Okay, slight delay there. Come on, Jace. All right, no worries, we'll move forward. Here it is. You're killing my time, Jace. Come on, mate. All right.
Green face sands, sunbathing next to the infinity pool in one of the hot tubs. I think Singapore is a fantastic place to live and work. I'd say if you're going to settle in Asia, it's probably one of the easiest places to settle, both for business and for leisure.
I live in Singapore here because the career opportunities are amazing. Career progressions happen really quickly.
Singapore it's so clean. It's one of the cleanest cities I've ever been in, and it's very safe.
I can probably accomplish more in the next 2 years that would take me 10 years to accomplish in the USA. Also, if I want to get out here from Singapore, I want to take a weekend trip to Malaysia, Thailand, anywhere in Asia Pacific. I can get there in 3 hours, and I can be back on Monday full-time.
There will be 2 dimensions to the campaign, with testimonials like those you've just seen at the centre of the creative concept. Not only will these complement the direct, actionable nature of the campaign slogan, "Is it time to get ahead?" but it is also personal, relatable and engaging, focusing on real people, real experiences and a bloody good time. The first part is a promotion which will be called the Singapore High Flyer, a pun on the famous tourist attraction the Singapore Flyer. Targeting final year university students, the promotion will see Singapore Connect offer an opportunity to one person from each state and territory to go to Singapore for a 2-week work experience program being mentored by a high-profile CEO, identifying and developing the next leaders of industry. In order to promote the opportunity, the campaign will seek the use of free publicity through appropriate industry partners in the form of electronic, direct mail to member databases and online news articles. The identified industry partners can be seen on the slides in front of you. As previously mentioned, this campaign will be used to generate interest and publicity amongst the target audience, as well as being a high-profile medium for gaining publicity and enhancing PR activity. The second element will be utilising online media to promote Singapore as a destination for young professionals. Digital will be used to provide a highly targeted and cost-effective measurable approach. Extensive advertising will be used across online and social networking sites such as Facebook and LinkedIn. A leaderboard advertisement will be developed to appear on the Career One website. And finally, a viral component will be integrated using video testimonials distributed to selected paid and affiliated databases, including the Australian and Financial Review Online, as well as being housed on YouTube. Greenlight has also created a website to direct consumer traffic to. This will house information about the Singapore High Flyer promotion, as well as information for prospective young professionals considering Singapore. The best bit of this campaign is the reach and frequency that will be achieved at such cost-effective margins. As you can see...
Thank you, that's time.
Thank you. One slide left. Only had one slide left.
On that note, costs then.
Yes, Tracy.
Costs.
Okay.
Give us a breakdown.
Sure, and as you can see, how convenient is that? I've left it on the budgeting slide. As you can see, I've provided the judges with a breakdown here. In regards to costing, we are, for the promotional competition itself, we estimate that it will only cost $16,000. The reasoning behind this is because we are hoping to partnership ourselves with the logos and the companies I mentioned. So we are aiming to basically send 8 people over there at a subsidised cost, and ultimately through promotion use the PR pitch to get free advertising. In regards to online, I decided I didn't want to target the print section because my market research suggested that the target market of 20 to 31 don't particularly read a whole lot. They heavily use the internet and the sources I've mentioned. And then finally, the website creation, which I was going to show you all, but unfortunately the Hyatt doesn't have a Wi-Fi connection, would you believe it? I was going to show you the website I created last night. If you'd like to see it, come and see me and I'll give you the link. Basically, that is going to be at a low cost of $160 because it will be run in-house.
Does this work? Great presentation.
Thank you.
Just 2 questions. Where are the production costs in that? And where did you get your reach and frequency numbers from?
Where are the production costs at? And
yeah, well, where are the production costs allowed for in that budget? Like your online advertising, 33 grand. I can see that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's production costs on top of that.
Okay.
Is it included? The second question was, where did you get your reach and frequency data from?
Sure. To answer your first question, I'll be honest with you, something I didn't consider, but we're hoping to gain a lot of, basically try and create a positive relationship with the people we're working with and try and milk some free dollars out of them. After all, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And then, sorry, can you please repeat the second question?
Where did you get your reach and frequency data from?
Okay, my marketing team, who have been working heavily behind the scenes, have been helping me with that. If you would like to consult with me after, I'm more than happy to find that information for you.
Thank you for the presentation. Where were you going to use the stickers?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. I'd hope that everyone in the room tonight goes home and puts it on the back of their car, to be honest. Basically, this was more so a presentation concept, something that would hopefully milk some votes off the people in the room. But it's also, because we only had $50,000, it's a cheap way of advertising. And one of the mediums we were hoping to tap into was the universities. and there's nothing better than a sticker that they can actually stick on a friend's car just to stir them up. So
I hope they don't use it to stick it on a university toilet walls or something.
spot on, probably on the back of the toilet door to promote. That's a joke.
Ben,
Yes.
a couple of questions. Why isn't your web link site that you worked so hard on last night, or your phantom marketing team did, why isn't that on your sticker?
Yep.
And secondly, I'm just a little bit confused between the two. You've got a promotional competition,
Yep.
and an online advertising component. Are the two, linked properly? I didn't really get a sense that you've linked the two together.
Yeah, in the pitch I mentioned that the website will actually be promoting the competition. If I had, again, getting back to Jace up the back, he's killing me because he didn't access. But basically I would have showed you that I created a link which you can fill an online application, and then to apply, basically they have to fill out, very similar to the business icon model, you fill out 3 answers, 200 word maximum. So that's the attached link there between the two.
So your online advertising campaign is delivering on your promotional competition?
Correct. One
Through
part
the
of it. One part of it.
website.
And then the testimonial side. The testimonial I showed you when I was in Singapore, I went on the street and harassed expats and interviewed them. Basically, the main media pitch will be testimonial based. So, in my experience, the best way to get across to the market is for it to be relatable. So by using the testimonials, people can actually relate and say, hey, I can do that. And I actually found that out myself in meeting these people. I thought, I met a 23-year-old American who's a sales manager now on 150k a year, and he's been working in Singapore for 4 months. So I believe personally the testimonial side of the media promotion is highly effective.
Testimonials do work really well, but they often ignore the things that are really troubling me about taking a particular course of action. I'd like to hear what you think are the negatives and how you would address those.
Sure. Great question. There is a lot. I created a SWOT analysis. I didn't put it together because I ran out of time. But there is a few negatives. Cost of living is extremely high in Singapore. On top of that, you can't actually drive a car. So for an Australian who loves their space, driving a car is an issue only because it costs so much. They have the ERP taxes on the roads in Singapore, and it's really expensive. So they're the two big ones, and I did consider those in the pitch. And I thought that ultimately people, there's always negatives and positives when you're promoting something. And I think if you can effectively hide the negatives and push the positives, such as being able to fast track 2 to 10 years, as was mentioned in the pitch, getting a Friday Frenzy ticket and flying to Thailand or to do volunteer work in Cambodia, things like that, they're the real selling points. And I think ultimately, and in my experience now having been to Singapore, you can actually have a whole lot of fun there, and because it's so close, really enjoy it. And I think that ultimately hides the negatives.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.